All right, you guys, welcome to the Zoom. I'm so excited. I've been counting down the days for Ashley Olive, Ambassador Diamond, top 20, right, Ashley? What was your
Top
number?
35.
Top
Yes, I
35?
was number 35. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, like, it doesn't matter. Top 100 anything, top 50 anything is
No
amazing.
kidding.
And
Still
what
love the paycheck, right?
Yeah, and it's challenging because you guys, there's so many people soaring to the tops of this ranks. They'll just push it right out. Like I have no idea where I'd be. Like I hope I'm in top 100 this year. That's how incredibly like quick moving this business is going. And what's awesome is that it just shows you that the opportunity for this is that anyone can get in the top 100. Y'all can just push us right out of it, like because it's just growing as we speak. And so anyways, I'm so excited for Ashley to be on with us. She's from Texas. You guys, right now she's building her dream home because of this business. And so I know that we're going to just open up your hearts, open up your minds. Let me say a quick prayer before we just like let Ashley go at it. And we'll ask her some questions tonight, but I'm just excited for her to speak. So let me pray. Lord, thank you so much for this opportunity and this time for us to be together. And regardless of where people are in their faith, I just pray that our hearts would be inspired tonight. I pray that we would learn things, and God, that you would just speak through Ashley tonight, and that we would learn business tips, God, that we would grow in wisdom and in leadership abilities, and that we would be one step closer, God, to the plans that you have for us in our life tonight. So we thank you for this time, and I just pray that you bless Ashley for being on this Zoom tonight. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Well, just take it away. Share with us your story. Tell us how you, like, what you were doing before, how you got started with this, and then where you ended up.
Okay, so like Rachel said, I'm Ashley Olive. I'm an ambassador diamond that lives in Houston, Texas. I've been in the company for 2.5 years. I was an 8th grade math and algebra teacher before jumping into this crazy rap thing. My husband is my high school sweetheart, and he was a union pipe fitter. And we really thought that we were at the jobs we were going to be at for the rest of our lives. I was never looking for an extra income. I never really considered network marketing, not because I thought poorly of it. It really never just crossed my mind as something that I would want to do. We had the curveball of life sent to us when we were given identical twins in our first pregnancy, shock of a lifetime. And then less than 2 years later, we had a third little boy. So I had 3 little boys in less than 2 years. It was a little bit chaotic to say the least, but we loved every minute of it. We were so blessed. We were able to make ends meet. We just didn't have any of the extras. And anytime there was going to be a Mother's Day or a Father's Day or something of that nature, then I was going to be stressed out because that meant it was going to have to go on a credit card because we did not have money for extras. We had enough to make life happen. So I had been teaching in my hometown for 5 years when I decided to switch school districts. And to do so, you have to go without pay for 2 months because my hometown pays on a different salary schedule than every single area district. So I was going to go without pay for 2 months. And I had been watching this girl on Instagram for like a year that had been talking about wraps. And I thought, man, I really need to make $500 next month. How could I do it but not be outside of the home? It was going to be July, so it was summertime. And all I kept thinking was the whole reason I became a teacher was I want to be home with the 3 boys during the summer. So I don't want to go and get a job outside of the home. What about that girl? So I messaged her one night, late at night, like midnight. Sent her a message. She wrote me back and sent me a video that kind of explained how it was risk-free and all of that good stuff. And so then I joined right then in the middle of the night. I'm super type A, and I really don't know what came over me to make me join with like just on a whim, but I did. So the next day I had to tell my husband and my family and friends. So I was like, hey, I want to sell these wraps. And my husband's like, you just got scammed for how much money? I'm like, no, I didn't. I did not get scammed. Like, do you want to see her Instagram? What was I going to say? I had never used a product. I didn't know her from Adam. She lived across the country from me. I just felt like I'm going to make money doing this. So I immediately started posting on Facebook. I started texting and messaging with friends and family. And in my first 24 hours, I did my steps to success. So I got 4 customers and 3 distributors. They started like making posts on Facebook, people that were in my upline, like tagging me saying I was going to do so amazing and all these different things that I did my steps in 24 hours. And I can remember thinking, you probably do this for everybody. Like, there's no way that this is anything special. And then 13 days in, I hit Ruby. And that was the whole reason I joined, is I thought, man, if I can hit Ruby and make that extra $500, that would really help. So I did it in 13 days. And again, a big deal was made about it. And I was like, I mean, maybe I'm good at this. Maybe I'm going to be able to make a good amount of money with it. That would be nuts. So then this whole time I'm partying. I never let it cross my mind that because my enroller wasn't local, I wasn't going to party. I just decided, and she did not build with parties. I just decided I wanted to have wrap parties. So I watched YouTube videos about parties, and then I planned one, and I invited friends and family, and like 4 people came. And I started talking to them about the products, and I talked to them about the opportunity and how it was risk-free. And I said, anybody who joins me, I'm going to come and I'm going to do your party and talk to your friends and family. So they were like, okay, I'll do it. And so then I would go to their party and I would say, okay, anybody who joins Rachel tonight, I'm going to come speak at your party next week. And so they would join. And so I didn't care where they joined in my organization. I was going to launch them no matter what. So my first 30 days, I went diamond and got a $10,000 bonus. And I was 1 from charted double diamond on my 30th day because I was partying nonstop. Like 5 and 6 days a week. If it was a weekend, I would do an afternoon and an evening party. And they were like all launch parties. Like somebody would join. Okay, perfect. Are we partying next Tuesday or Thursday? So on my team, it was not like, are you going to have a party or not? It was, is your party going to be Tuesday or Thursday? Or is your party going to be Monday or Wednesday? I gave day options, but I never gave the option of having a party or not. It was just assumed that that's what you would do, that's how you would snag your first 4 customers. I never made them feel like this is a party business and you're only going to be doing parties and that's what you have to do. They just knew that's how we get you started. That's how you grab your first customers. That's how we launch you into success, is we need to start with that very first party. So I would do that, hit diamond in 30 days, and my husband was like jumping up and down with me in the kitchen. Like, skeptical husband gone. Husband that thinks he's getting a boat has arrived. Like, he's like, I'm so getting a boat. I'm getting a boat. And I'm like, I'm going to get my roots done every 6 weeks instead of 12. I just thought I'm going to actually have like a little bit of extra money for me. So I go back to teaching the next month. So something I will say that I love about my story is that I have experienced massive growth being a stay-at-home mom in this company and being a working mom that worked 50 hours a week. So I was teaching 50 hours a week away from my boys. I would post before school, post on my lunch break, and post after school, because being a teacher, that's not a job you can be on your cell phone. So I could not do anything during the day other than those breaks, like lunch or my conference period. And then at night, I would come home. I would spend an hour and a half at home with my boys. And then Brandon would walk in from working 7/12s. We would basically like slap hands, and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to do a wrap party. And I would leave at 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I would go do wrap parties. Then afterwards, I would chart and watch videos, check team pages, look for things to pour into my soul, and then go to bed around like 1 or 2 and be up by 6 the next day to do the same thing. So I definitely made a lot of sacrifices. I missed more dinner time, bedtimes, and bath times with my boys during this time than I've ever missed in their little lives. My twins were 3 and Luke, my youngest, was 1. But I had this goal in sight. So 2 months in, 60 days, all from parties and being consistent on social media, I hit double diamond. There was not a bonus attached to it, guys, when I joined. And guess what? I still really liked my paycheck. So always remember, those bonuses, they're just a cherry on top. You're going to love the paycheck no matter what. So I hit double in 60 days, partying, working social media. The only social media I do is Facebook. And so I was just posting on it and I would be messaging. And then I got my second double diamond paycheck, and it was way above average. And I set my husband down and I said, look, like, I'm 1 promotion away from $10,000 a month. And if I hit it, I'm going to walk away from teaching and I'm going to start staying home with our babies. And he was like, if you are making $10,000 a month doing anything, like, you just quit whatever you want. Sounds good. I'm like, okay, get ready, dude. So 4 months in on Halloween, I hit triple diamond. There was, again, no bonuses out, so I didn't get a bonus, but it didn't even cross my mind to like wait for bonuses. Like, that average income chart is pretty freaking awesome. And I was going to like that paycheck no matter what. So I promoted a triple and typed up a resignation effective Christmas break. This was on Halloween, and I walked away from teaching 6 months into this company. Everybody thought I had lost my mind, but I knew by the time I paid childcare for 3 boys, it was more than our mortgage. I would have had to drop so far back. And I was in momentum. I was making, strides. My volume was growing. I just knew this is where I was supposed to be. So then I went to conference in January. I was sitting in the seats, really questioning if I made the right decision. My 8th graders found me on Instagram while I was at conference, and they were commenting and messaging me like, please come back. We don't understand the new teacher. We miss you. She doesn't make it clear. And I was sitting there thinking, like, did I just ruin these kids in math forever? Like, was I selfish? Should I have just, sucked it up and been away from my kids longer? Like, did I make the right decision? And then Mark Pentecost announced for the very first time, double good bonuses. And I was inches from presidential, y'all. So it was all in God's timing. I did miss the double diamond bonus and I did miss a triple diamond bonus, but then I ended up snagging the double good bonus for presidential and totally made up for it. So 9 months in, I hit presidential and I was named a top 40 income earner in just 9 months. And then that summer, 13 months in, I hit ambassador diamond. We claimed a total of $250,000 in bonuses in that 13 months, and we were named top 15 income earners that summer. So we walked into Dash, and no one really knew our name, knew who we were. We walked into top 15, and everybody was like, who is the new girl? It was pretty crazy. My husband was still a union pipe fitter, still setting an alarm. I was home. And so Dash was a really big game changer for him. He got to see other men that chose to stay home that are still just normal men. Like, it doesn't take your man card. You know what I mean? So we came home and 2 days later, he's walked away from his career. We are now a stay-at-home family and have been for a year and a half. Our twins are in kinder and our youngest is in pre-K 3. We do all of their class parties together. I work a station. He works a station. The kids know his name. They know my name. We are able to be involved with every single step of their lives, where being an 8th grade math teacher, that would have never been an option. Now we're doing baseball. And when you're a junior high teacher, we're in our area, I was teaching till 4 o'clock, like still in the classroom teaching. So there was no way I would be making early t-ball practices and things like that. So the fact that we have stepped away and been home, we've been able to be, I'm team mom for both teams, Brandon coaches both teams. We really have just been able to transform everything about our lives, but even more so watching our team do it has been the most incredible thing. So now my 2.0 is diamond, about to go double, almost charted triple, and we are doing everything with parties. I still party every single week and work social media the exact same way I do today as I did 2.5 years ago.
I love that. That is such an inspiring story. I mean, if you guys can tell right away, I think one thing that sets Ashley apart from many people is that she's very bold and she's fearless. Do you agree? Shake your head. Yeah. Okay. She's bold. I think that there's a level of bold and fearlessness that you guys can totally take from her tonight. That is something that I feel like, there was just like, she saw the vision. She was going after it. She didn't care what people said. She didn't care what people thought about her. She was going there and no one was going to stop her. Imagine if you guys could get that kind of fire. Imagine. And
don't doubt, there was lots of status updates about me, lots of screenshots. I'm from a very small town.
Unfriending, blocking, that happened to me too. And I just want to put some vision in you guys for a moment. Imagine if you let go of all of what people think about you and that you just went for it, that you didn't care about what anyone said anymore. And I really feel like just her sharing her story, that's what I picked up. She did not care. Her why was bigger than any reason why it would stop her, you guys. So I am so excited to ask you some questions, Ashley. I really feel like you're gonna
so sweet.
Blow us away tonight with your answers. And so one thing I do know is that one way that you have built through social media is through pages. You've shared that openly. Can you kind of share how you've been able to expand your market? You're obviously building through your 2.0. You're going double diamond. It's charted for triple, apparently. How have you expanded your market continuously? Because, I see a lot of faces on here. They've been on here for a while and they feel like maybe they've blown through their warm market and they're not sure where to go next. Can you just kind of share your wisdom with us on what you do now?
So we just started baseball. So I immediately get anybody on the team added to my Facebook. So I've already enrolled 2 of the moms and I'm working on the 3rd, and we've only had 2 baseball games. So that's my first thing is anything your kids are in, immediately get those people on your social media. So I work on that, and then I always wear my gear to practices. Games, I'll wear whatever my kids are on. But practices, we are only in It Works gear. Like, that's what we have to have on. We will have our energy drink in hand. Like, they just know, like, that's what we're going to walk up in. Yeah. So we talk about It Works at practices with moms, things like that. So social media wise, if you look up groups just by typing it in the top of Facebook, like oil field wives, military wives, Morkies, twin moms, boy moms, baseball moms, dance moms, things that are relatable to you, you will see you can toggle it over to groups. And you can add yourself into all these groups, and then go in the groups and don't ever post about It Works. Like, ever. Like, do not ever post about It Works, because they will, like, burn you at the stake. What you do is you create friendships. You go in there, and even if you don't really want to know the answer to this question, I'm going to go in and ask, we're debating on keeping our twins together or apart for kindergarten. What did you guys do? Even though I knew I was going to keep my twins together no matter what they thought. I'd already researched it. But this gives me an opportunity to create these friendships that I can respond back and forth with. And then I add anybody that comments and interacts with me, I'm going to add to my Facebook. At the end of every night, I'm going to go into the twin pages and I'm going to answer other people's questions. I'm going to like and respond to people's comments on other people's questions, and I'm going to add them, because they're going to see, oh, like, I just got this notification of her responding to me in that twin mom page. And then they see the friend request and like, oh, that's that twin mom. And so they add you. And so you just want to be prevalent, be inside those pages, be talking in those pages, asking questions, responding to people, and it can be anything relatable to you, and that's how you grow your market. I will also, because I like to build locally, I look up news stations within an hour of me, boutiques, movie theaters, anything within an hour of me that has a Facebook page, and I go through and I look at their likes, and I look at their comments, and anybody that has a selfie or a photo of kids, I add them. And I do that every single night when I'm adding people. And then only some of them are going to approve you. But the next morning, I go to my Facebook and I click my profile that people can see. And I click friends, and then you can click recent, and it shows me who approved me throughout the night. And I write all those names on my hundreds list, because now I know this is who I need to start interacting with. Because a lot of times you'll get people added and they like never come into your algorithm. They're never on your newsfeed. You won't even remember you added them. So this lets me track my new people, be able to interact with them, and grow my network. Because if I'm liking and commenting, then they're going to start seeing my posts, and I will come up with a question, and I will, girl, I just think your lipstick is freaking beautiful. Where do you find it? And I will private message it so it opens that door. Every time you post pictures of your baby boy, I am obsessed with his clothing. Where do you shop? Like, start with a compliment and then ask them a question, and you're going to start that rapport of the back and forth, and they will never feel like you were spamming them. And then just make sure your posts are thoughtful. If your page is spammy and it works, and it looks like ads, they're going to unfriend you. That is why thoughtful posts are so important. Still post about your kids or your pets or your dinner or whatever you normally do. And then also do your thoughtful It Works posts in between. And they're never going to look at your page and be like, oh my gosh, like, she's all It Works all the time and it's so spammy looking, like, get off my page. She's one of those girls. Keep it thoughtful, ask a question and give a compliment, and it will go there eventually.
That is completely brilliant. I feel like we could just end our Zoom now. Did you all learn something? You guys thank Ashley for that one? Yes.
You are so sweet.
Thank you. That was really, really good. And I feel like a lot of people are missing those tools to be successful on social media. They're missing that personal connection.
Yes.
And the organization. You said you write names down. You write
I do.
Down. And that is something I also learned from Lori Conway. She writes down every single person that she talks to that's a potential. That is a hundreds list. And then she'll be like, you know, if they're interested in the business, she'll be like, so, you know, let's just start the process. And you said you want to sign up. So what's your name? Like, give me your email, give me your phone number. So she's got like everything but their card number.
Yep.
So then she'll go back and be like, hey, I see that you got paid. Are you ready to give me your card number? And so anyways, I feel like what you said too was just they just go together so well, in that you're building relationships, you're being thoughtful, but you're also being very strategic. Like you're writing names down, you know who you're talking to. And so I really feel like on social media, if you're lost and you're not signing up people and you're not enrolling distributors, you're not enrolling customers, it's because you're not being strategic in like what you're doing on social media. Because Ashley, Lori, myself, many other, Candace, Terrasas, you know, she's on our team, Smith, they don't have trouble signing and enrolling people. But I really do think it comes down to being strategic. And so I love this conversation. This is so good, Ashley. Thank you so much. And the page stuff, like I didn't even know. Like that was, you taught me something for sure. It was brilliant. So, okay, how do you teach distributors that this is about sharing and not selling?
So I don't feel like it's something that can be taught. It is going to have to be that they fall in love with the product. So that is why that monthly order is so important. If you jump in and you don't start falling in love with the product, you are going to feel salesy every time. But if you fall in love with greens and you're sharing about greens and about what the products can do, you view it as a disservice. Like, greens changed my life. I had migraines my entire life until I drank them. And so, of course, I want to tell the whole world. Wraps finally made me enjoy shopping again. I liked my body again. I felt confident. So I know there's a million moms out there that are struggling with that. So why would I not post about it and tell moms about it? So when you start falling in love with the products, you won't feel salesy. You will truly feel like it is your job to share about it. And then as you fall in love with the business side of it, because you're going to be enrolling people, you're going to start getting commissions. You're going to start getting wrap rewards where you can sell wraps and make wrap cash. You're going to be doing those things, and you're going to be like, I want to help every mom make this extra $25 wrap cash. I want to make people be able to pay their electric bill. There is going to be that feeling of, how dare I take this opportunity from someone? Something I love that they did for us was, if you feel like this opportunity was a gift to you, you're thankful for it, stand up. And like the whole room stood up. Why would you not want to gift it to someone else? Why would you make the decision that they don't deserve it? And I thought, my gosh, that's so true. Like, why would we? Why would we not approach someone when we know it's gold to us? I would never go back to life before these wraps, before this business. I have to tell everybody. And it's not salesy. It's, I want to share with you what's changing my life.
That is so good. Okay, thank you. I love that. What has been your biggest roadblock? And what is your favorite way to expand your network?
So my favorite way to expand my network is definitely what I just talked about. Those are where I add my people from. And then anybody I interact with throughout the day, like a Starbucks barista, the checkout person, I'm going to compliment them, a waitress, tell them, you have the perfect personality for what I do. I don't know if you could use an extra income, but can I get you added on Facebook? And then I hand them my phone on Facebook already, and they type their name in. So my life is a blitz. If I'm interacting with anyone, that's going to grow my network. And then also through social media. So my biggest roadblock, I didn't really have one year one. Year two, my biggest roadblock was probably realizing people were going to quit. They say the people you join you in the beginning aren't going to be there when you go to ambassador, but when you go ambassador in 3 months, those people actually do go to ambassador with you. And so I didn't lose people until after year one. And that was incredibly tough for me because I have bred a very, very close-knit team. Every leg is close with one another from state to state. And so when people started falling off, I took it super personal, as if they were like not liking me or quitting on me. And I had to really dig deep and realize they were never quitting on me. They were never quitting on It Works. They were quitting on themselves. And so having that realization of that they were determining that they weren't worthy of this, that it wasn't something that I did, really changed my business last spring. And the way I got myself out of it was I got my butt to an event. I knew I was in a rut. I had baseball last spring with my boys, and we had baseball for the first time 4 nights a week, and I let it be an excuse not to party. And I'm a party girl. Like, that is how I build my business and I feel on fire, is if I'm having parties. And so I let excuses happen last spring. I was already an ambassador and I was like, I mean, I can't party during the week because I'm constantly at baseball. And I got in a rut. People had left my business, understandably, because I wasn't partying and being the leader I should have been, I feel like. And I was like, I've got to get to an event. This is not happening. I looked up, It Works U St. Louis was the next event. I did not have one single team member going because I don't have team there. I got on a plane and I went, got around other people that were positive, left on fire, and have been on fire since last June. Like, it was a game changer. So events, if you are in a rut, find a one team, one mission near you. Find a boot camp. Get your tickets to Green Carpet. I can't stress to you how much events will change your life. You will fall more in love with this company. You will fall more in love with your sidelines. That's where you fall in love with them at. Like, I wouldn't have known Rachel if I didn't get my butt to events. I wouldn't have all these sidelines that are willing to pour into my team, that are willing to come to me and say, Ashley, like, are you okay? You just seem off. Like, we have created this family all from getting to events. It is so important you get your butt there.
Amen. I love that. I see so many people and they've never been to an event. They've never been to a one team mission. And I'm like, get on your Wired app. This Wired app is brilliant. Like, you can get on the Wired app and look, like, what's the closest? Okay, drive 5 hours. Who cares? Like, just get yourself there. Yes. Spend the night in a hotel. Like, pamper yourself, for Pete's sake. Have you ever spent the night in a hotel by yourself before and just had a hot bath? Then do it. You know what I mean? Like, just do something a little different, for not even for your business, for you, just get it. So anyways, like, it's so great to be around other people that are like-minded, that have goals and dreams. I love that. Okay. So here's another one. I like that. Since you were talking about parties, what have you changed the most about your parties since you got started? Somebody wants to know that. Great.
Nothing. Honest to God, my parties are still
learned, though, along the way. Like, what helps you to seal deals better, or what do you do? Can you walk us through the party?
When I joined, I did not know there was a party pad because I started partying before I had a kit. So I actually do catalogs. So, like, I order the $20, $100 of catalogs, $20, 100 catalogs, and I give everybody a catalog. And we go through and we talk about the products. And so I do why is my phone about today? I must have accidentally unplugged it. So I feel like it's really important that you give a little story about each product, because if you don't, I totally unplugged my charger. Sorry, y'all. I'm like, it's saying 10%, it's charging.
I love that.
If you don't do some type of little stories that's going to connect to people, they're going to be bored. So even if you don't have stories, watch YouTube videos and get little stories. Like, my wrap parties on YouTube. And so I'll do some type of funny story. Like, when I talk about facials, about my mom, that I texted the picture to my dad, and I'm like, can you tell a difference in her crow's feet? And he's like, she's just as beautiful today as she was 35 years ago. I'm like, aww. I'm building a business here. Like, can you tell a difference in her crow's feet? Text mom the sweet stuff. So having those like little stories throughout, and then once I talk about the products, then I'm going to talk about the loyal customer program. So I basically do the party pad. I just don't ever like hold the thing. So I'm going to talk about the loyal customer program and why it is so good. I'm going to talk about perk points. I'm going to talk about how we give you the opportunity to get my discount, but if you don't want an extra income, you don't have to become a distributor like other companies. Then I tell a leader story. And that first month, people constantly are like, but I don't have a story. I didn't have a story. I just memorized a leader's story and I told hers. So I tell a leader story, and then I hit on the important points of It Works Global. I will talk about that we're debt-free, that we're faith-based, that we are like the Chick-fil-A and Hobby Lobby of network marketing. I will talk about just how we're one team, one mission, that you can never be at Walmart getting diapers, wipes, and groceries and think, God, I really love Ashley, but I'm just going to grab that wrap off an end of an aisle. I'll talk about how supportive I am of other companies, but guess what? I bought a baseball bag 3 years ago, my first baseball season, from 31, and I still use the same one. I bought Scentsy for different rooms of the house. I don't redecorate all the time, so I use the same Scentsys. So the fact that we have consumable products is really a game changer for being successful, and the fact that they're affordable. When things are expensive, it's really hard. So I talk about those things, and then I will ask each person I work the room and go around in the groups. Were you leaning towards you were really wanting the discount and you could not use an extra income? Or were you thinking you wanted the discount and you could use an extra $500? So which one was better for you? So those are the only two options I give. I don't give an option of retail. I don't give an option of leaving. I just say, are you wanting the discount and you don't need any type of extra income? You couldn't use an extra $500? Like, y'all, what person is like, no, I don't need it? Like, Oprah Winfrey takes endorsements all the time for Weight Watchers. She doesn't turn down money. Why would anyone else, you know? And so I always ask those type of questions.
You guys, are you like filling pages of notes? You should just comment and say thank you right now.
I love it. You are so sweet. My flipping phone's not charging. I'm about to have to move.
Oh no.
I know. I'm like, why are you not charging?
Man, they had like 45 different questions. So
oh, yay.
So excited to be listening to you tonight. So, okay. Do you use hashtags on Instagram? Are you an Instagram?
I don't work Instagram. I do use hashtags on Facebook purely to be funny, because if people, think you're funny, then they're going to look at your post. So like if you've ever looked at Kimberly Satterwhite's pages, her hashtags say everything you really want to say to somebody, and everyone loves it. And so Kimberly Satterwhite, she's a presidential underneath Rhonda Hartman. Girl, she is gold. Like she says everything. She'll be like, what, you wanted the paycheck, that hashtag you didn't work for, that hashtag you didn't enroll in body last month? Like, everything you want to say, she'll just put it out there.
I'm going to write it out and see if you, on comments, if I wrote that out right.
You did.
How do you spell it? Yeah? Okay.
Yep. You will love her. She's so good. So I do hashtags on Facebook purely for being funny. It's only that.
Yeah, I feel like you've got a lot of good humor. And I like how you say, like, just incorporate it works. But be fun, be silly, do life.
Yeah, don't feel like you can't be yourself.
Like every post shouldn't be like, you should like look at my office view.
Yes.
People get it, you want to post those things every day, but only maybe one time. Like people understand what you're saying. They're going to get it. They get it. They're watching you. Do you do online parties? And if so, what are your tips?
I do online parties. I have switched to doing all of them live, because live with the Facebook algorithm is freaking huge. If you're not going live, push out of your comfort zone. And tomorrow I'm telling every single one of you, go live, please.
Because it makes regular Facebook?
Yes, it makes all of your posts get more interaction on the newsfeed. So if you use tools that Facebook provides, they allow your posts to be more seen. So like checking in somewhere, it's going to be in the newsfeed more often. Adding a sticker onto your photo, it's going to be in the newsfeed more often. Going live, they're going to make your profile more seen. So even if maybe you're not ready to go live of your face yet, go live showing your kids. Go live with a product in front of it and you behind it talking about it. Like, comfort zones are hard to get out of. They are. But it is where the magic happens. And so my newbies that have joined and have listened to me saying, like, I need you to go live, like, it's super important. They're enrolling customers. Like, I've never had newbies enroll customers. But it's so important because of that Facebook algorithm. And so my online parties, I do a public event for my team. I go live inside of the event, and then all of my team members can share it. And then what I love about it is we can use that link of my video and keep sharing it, like, for weeks. If somebody has a question, they'll go find my last live video from an online party and they'll send it. So we go live for all of our Facebook online parties.
Maybe I need to do that for them then. Go live. I think I did it in the summer, but it's been a while. So maybe I need to do it again.
Heck yeah.
Okay. How do you seal the deal? So you've got somebody on the fence and it's like you're in Messenger. They're not interested in talking to you on the phone and you want to seal the deal there. How do you do that?
Hey girl, I just wanted to check in because I just had one last spot open up for that cleanse. I know you were interested and I really want to get you my discount. Is today a good day for me to get your order in? So create urgency by saying that last spot just is, there's only one left. And then is today a good day for you? And so I'm always following up. If you have been messaging this person and they have not answered you in 5, 6 messages, I will send, hey girl, I am not sure if aliens got a hold of you. I really hope you're okay. Is everything all right? Or I'm going to be messaging you till we're great grandparents. Still here. Still think you're going to be a rock star. Can't wait to talk with you. I'll send the gif of like Judge Judy or like the Cookie Monster, like doing this. Like, I'm here. Where are you? And so I just try to be funny, and they'll be like, no, Ashley, like, I'm here. I saw your message. So I will do that. And then I always create that urgency with them. Like, oh my gosh, I just had one spot open up. Somebody dropped out of my hair, skin, nails challenge. Is there any way you could fill that spot today? I know you were super interested. So I do something like that.
I love that. I love that. What, and as a distributor, like, what if they say, Ashley, I really want to, but I just don't have the money. What do you tell people?
I totally understand. I'm going to follow up with you next Friday, but I have to ask you this. Have you thought about making money with me? Could you use an extra $500? The moment somebody tells me that they have to wait to order a $30 product because they don't have the money, I'm like, you need this business. If you don't have $30 to your name right now because you have to wait to order it, immediately say, okay, I will follow up with you about that. Like, so I'm going to talk with you next Friday about that. But I've got to ask you, like, have you thought about doing this with me? And then I'll always end with, could you use an extra $500? Because just like people aren't going to turn down wraps because they're like, oh, I just really like my cellulite. I don't need a product like that. It's the same thing. What person is going to be like, oh, I actually don't need an extra $500. My bank account's set, chick. You just keep that. Like, nobody's going to say that.
I love that. Okay, so when it comes down to charting, as we're closing up here, I would love to hear just some, like, you know, tough love, but also let's just talk about charting. I feel like sometimes as we get into this business, charting gets lost, but it is like the key to unlocking
The
more income. So can you talk about charting, how important it is, and what does charting look like? How did you learn to chart? Because it sounds like your upline was far away and kind of out of the picture. I'm assuming you had to teach yourself a lot of this. Can you kind of walk us through all of that?
So I always have printed out charts on a clipboard. That clipboard was my life for 13 months. It stayed with me at all times. It went with me in the car when I went shopping. It went with me in the car when we went to the lake for vacation. Like, the clipboard went everywhere. And let me tell you, month 13 when I had Ambassador, I was like, throw the clipboard away. I'm done with it. So I have all of my charts printed, and I constantly focus on filling boxes. And the way I view it is, if I have 10 boxes left, that means I have 10 people to sign. I do not even in my mind consider that someone else might sign that distributor. I put it on me because it's my business, my promotion, my paycheck. And then if somebody does happen to sign a distributor, icing on top, great, one less person. I appreciate you. But I never view it as they are going to be signing them. It's always on my shoulders, my responsibility, and anything that somebody helps with, great. So I keep charts with me at all times, and I fully believe in filling the boxes. Now, if you have been Chart a Diamond for 6 months and 18 of your boxes are non-workers, you need to rechart without those people. You need to move that chart, get out a ruby one, put your workers on it. Get out your emerald one, put your workers on it, and work to fill your steps so you have new life going in. If you are doing your steps consistently and teaching your team to do the steps consistently, you wouldn't even notice the non-workers. You wouldn't even care. But people get so focused on that non-worker or on these many boxes. If you are more focused on getting those things enrolled and focusing on steps, the chart will fill itself. You've just got to look at it as your business, your promotion. I'm going to enroll these people, and then put the work behind it. Don't do busy work. Do actual work where you set a timer for 20 minutes and you message for 20 minutes. You set a timer for 20 minutes and you add to your network that entire time. You have to be intentional, not just scrolling Facebook. If you walk away from any type of monetary exchange and you don't blitz them, you are giving them away. You are telling them to sign with someone else. You need to be talking with anybody that you interact with. Get them blitzed. Get their information. Get them on Facebook. And so charts are important. If you don't constantly have the chart you're working on and one ahead around you at all times, you're crazy. Like, you need the chart you're working on and one step ahead of that behind it at all times.
Mm. Woo! Amen. I couldn't amen to that even more. And, you know, I just feel like so much, like I could go live and teach you guys all day long on how to chart. But when it comes down to it, it really comes down, just YouTube it, watch it, figure it out.
There's a million YouTube videos, y'all, like literally a million.
Comes down to, like she said, have your chart in front of you. I literally live by my charts too, on paper, not even like an eSuite. I mean,
Me too. I'm a paper girl.
Yeah. So, I mean, I really feel like that's important. Somebody asked, would you do the same if you already went diamond and you're working on double, but maybe your diamond fell apart? Would you rechart?
I would dig in that leg and find where is that executive that fiercely wants Ruby. Because if you can take that person and you can run with them, they will take over that leg. But you've got to dig in that leg. Even find a distributor that has the heart for it, the why for it, and wants it so bad, and start running with them. Don't focus on those people that maybe have fallen apart or stepped away. Find the one, that diamond in the rough. Always remember, guys, it takes 5 people to get you to ambassador. That's it. 5 people that want it fiercely bad. Find those people in those legs. And it's a numbers game. If you're enrolling enough people and doing your steps, you're going to find those people. But if you are not doing the steps, you're not going to find those people. So dig in those legs if you're recharting and find the workers, the people who want it. And it may even be somebody that isn't enrolling right now because they're so deep in your leg, they kind of just feel lost. Go to them. Do you want this? Like, is this something you really want? Because if so, I want to run with you. I want to see you Ruby. And then I want to see you Emerald. And then see if they can put the work behind it with you.
I love that. So how do you train your new distributors that you do enroll? Because, you know, let's say all these people on here, they're working their steps to success. They're enrolling new distributors. What do you do with your brand new distributors that month?
My new distributors that sign are given their very first post immediately is I'll ask who is growing their hair out. I'm looking for 4 product models. So they don't announce that they're an It Works distributor. I don't tag them in anything saying they're an It Works distributor. Their first post is just who is growing their hair out. I'm looking for 4 product models. And then I give them the specific messages I want them to send to go back and forth. So anybody that likes or comments will send like, hey girl, so you're growing your hair out? She'll say yes. Perfect. I actually have a natural product that speeds up the process. Would you be interested? And you wait. Oh my gosh, you can pay retail and get it for $55, or you can unlock my discount and you could get it for $33 when you do a 90-day challenge. Are you interested in being one of my product testers? And I just do that back and forth, and I give that to my newbies, and they almost always get 2 to 4 customers from that post. And then we do a Confianza one the next day. I'm looking for 5 people that struggle with stress and anxiety. Comment below or get in my inbox. And then we do the same messaging back and forth. I feel like newbies make a big mistake of being spammy in the beginning or sending novels, and this keeps them from doing that. So I give them their posts, I give them their messages, and I work with them in a group message. So I put all my newbies from each month in a group message, and I'll call it like January Rap Stars, February Rap Stars. That way, I am not spending all of my time answering the very same questions. So even if you sign 3 distributors and do your steps, you're going to answer the same questions for those 3 people. If I put them in a group message, it's so much quick. I can be like, hey, here's a good post. Here's a great message. This is the answer to that. And now they all know the answer to it. So that's what I do with my newbies.
Brilliant. That is brilliant. I like that you organize it into different messages. So if you're on here and you are enrolling 3 or more distributors each month, then do that for sure, because that will help you coach those people better.
It's just time management. It makes it so much easier to not have your inbox be all of them asking the same thing.
I also like too that you just touched on, a lot of times I feel like people blame their team for them not being able to promote. And what you did tonight was pretty much answer that. Listen, it's not up to your team to promote. It's up to you. If you have 10 boxes, it's your boxes to fill. It's not anyone else's. And we interviewed Genevieve last week, and she said the exact same thing. And I mean, I look at it the exact same way too. Like when I look at something, I'm going after something. It's my responsibility to make everything happen. Mm-hmm. And so anyways, I just love that. I think that's great leadership. Do you have any like tough love? Like, let's say some of them, if you're new, then you can just cancel this out. But if you've been on here for a while, what would be your like kick in the pants? Like they're just kind of moving along. They're not getting their steps to success anymore. They feel like they've moved out of their warm market. What would you say to those people?
This business still works every single day for too many people for it to not be you. And so you've got to realize it means you are not putting in the work. We get the same 24 hours a day, guys. Everyone decides what to do with them. And do we all go through planting seasons? Yes. Do we all go through a slump? Yes. And it's hard to pull yourself out of it. But guess what? You jumped on this Zoom. So that means you're trying. And the reality is you have to suck it up and get to the other side. Rewrite down your why. Re-dream and put a dream board up and realize on those moments when you've decided you're going to watch TV or no, you don't feel like messaging or you don't want to do another party, you are telling those dreams they're not worthy. You're telling your why it's not big enough. I had 3 little boys, 3 and under, and I never once thought, oh my God, I'm missing another bath time. I'm missing another dinner time because I thought, I'm going to take those boys to Disney. They're about to see their mama more than ever before because I'm going to retire myself. I'm going to keep pushing hard because I'm going to retire their daddy and they're never going to miss us again. I just kept using them as my reason to work harder. How is it fair to them to make that my excuse? How is it fair to look at them and say, well, baby, because you, mommy doesn't want to work harder to be able to continue to let us stay home? Like, that's not fair. They are worth too much to me, and I'm sure your why is too. You've got to realize it can't be your excuse. It can't be the reason why you can't get on the corporate call, or you can't jump on a Zoom, or you don't want to do another party. You do 5 more parties. You do 10 more messages than normal. If you want to make life-changing money, you make life-changing decisions, and you suck it up. You make sacrifices, and sometimes it's not fun. I understand that. I miss baseball practice for my boys every single Tuesday because I do wrap parties with my team. I miss moments of their lives that I sacrifice for because that means I'm still going to get to see them more if I was still teaching. I'm still going to get to have moments with them that I never would have had before. It is short-term sacrifices for the biggest long-term gains you have ever going to see, but you've got to focus on truly making sacrifices and not looking left and right, not thinking, God, but she's so lucky. I don't know what she does. She gets all those people. They just must run to her to sign. No, she's busting her tail. She's messaging. She's consistent. She's partying. People enrolling are putting the work in. So you may be thinking you're working, but are you really? Are you really doing everything you could be doing? And if you are, you're planting. Don't stop now because your harvest is coming. It's going to explode, but it takes 30, 60, 90 days of planting to see the paycheck boom, to see the enrollments boom. Don't give up too soon. It is coming. The business still works. The products still work. The company is incredible. It is just taking the consistency, the passion, and really doing it every single day, even when you don't want to. When you're tired, when you're sick, you have to choose you're going to do it anyways. And that's when changes happen. You've got to get out of your comfort zone, even though it isn't easy. You've got to realize those people making up status updates about you or talking behind your back, they're not going to take your babies to Disney. They're not going to pay your mortgage. They're not going to retire you or your husband. They're going to stay behind a computer screen and make status updates. Who cares, right? Like, what's the worst? Like, you're not going to die. Who cares? You are still going to enjoy your life just as much. I know Rachel mentioned we're in the middle of building our dream home, okay? $600,000 home. It is everything I ever wanted. I posted about it, and screenshots were sent to me where someone said, I mean, it's not even $1 million home. There's no way that's her dream home. And it's not even on land. I'm like, I totally missed the memo where you get to pick my dream home. Like, what? If I'd built the $1 million home, they'd have been like, I mean, she couldn't build a $500,000 home. It wouldn't have mattered. They're going to talk no matter what. They're going to talk if you public school or if you private school, if you sell wraps or you don't. It won't matter. They're going to talk. So you may as well be happy, right? Bust butt, make the sacrifices now because we're not going to get another first quarter. This time is key to building your business throughout the year. Don't miss out on it, y'all. I did last spring. I made excuses and I ended up paying for it for the rest of the year because first quarter is so huge. And I made excuses as an ambassador and it made me play catch up for the rest of the year. So this year, I was like, oh, it ain't happening. I will not let that happen again. So I am doing baseball 4 nights a week, partying the other 3 nights, barely sleeping, building my dream home, selling my current home. I'm basically 18 shades of crazy most of the time, living on confianza. But guess what? I enrolled 15 distributors last month and I'm on fire. So I don't care. I'm sucking it up and I'm doing it anyways. Do I have moments that I'm a little crazy? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I told my kindergartner yesterday when he got attitude with me, like, you can walk to school. To my 5-year-old, y'all, you're going to have moments of crazy, but it's going to be so, so worth it in the end. And you're going to look back on the journey and say, God, I'm so glad I stayed up late those nights. I'm so glad I did those moments because now I get to live this life.
Drop the mic. Oh, good. Yeah, there's nothing to say past that. I just feel like there's no excuses. You don't care. Like, if people don't believe in the product, you do. You know, like, if people don't believe in the business, you do. And that's what makes the difference. That's why you signed 18 distributors last month. You know, that's why you enrolled so many customers last month. So you guys, oh my gosh, like, thank you, Ashley. You just,
of course, girl.
I know you sparked a fire in everyone on the Zoom, and we just feel so empowered. I want to take a picture before we get off here. So make sure you guys go live on your videos really fast and smile, because this was amazing, and we got to make sure that give Ashley a shout out. Please go to my wall after we get off here and comment and tell her thank you and tell her what you learned from tonight, okay? All right, so let's smile. 1, 2, 3. Yay. All right, one more. There's fingers in the videos, guys. One more. Put your fingers off. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, awesome. Well, Ashley, thank you so much for your time tonight. I just feel like we just gained so much wisdom. It was so golden. I love you with all my heart.
Of course.
And
I love you, girl, and I appreciate you.
Yes. All right. Well, you have an amazing night. I hope you rest well, and I'm sure you're going to get off this phone and go sign 10 more distributors. So go do it. Get it done. And
bye, y'all. Thank you for having me on.